Hi there, and happy end of April. It's the 29th, it's Sunday, or the 28th or 29th. I don't even know what day it is. All I know is that it snowed here in Wisconsin yesterday, and we're all trying to wrap our heads around that. So there's that. But we are in the final week of April, the last few days. We start a new month, May, on Wednesday, and I'm very excited that we're moving along this year like we are, and super excited for just what spring brings and change of season. I think everyone, especially in the Midwest, is quite ready for the change in weather and to have warmer days, longer days, and for us to get outside again. It was funny because I could hear people cutting their lawns this week, and then we got snow. So welcome to the Midwest, right? But I hope everyone's doing well. I figured I'd get this out a little bit early because I had some time today to do the card reading. I felt very guided to use the Colette Baron Reid Spirit Animal deck. I haven't used this one in a little bit. My little thing's hanging out there. I love this deck. I love the messages around this deck. Sometimes I even would like to go into the book when I do readings, the little, the book that talks about a little bit more in-depth descriptions of the meanings behind the card. Every card, angel card or oracle card deck has that. And so sometimes I'll pull it. We'll see how we do with this, this week's reading. But just a couple reminders. Stacie Tatera, you can find me at stacietatera.com, milwaukeemedium.com. I am currently booking end of July and into August. As a reminder, I have some great classes coming up. My Spiritual Foundation class is May 11th, so it's just under 2 weeks away. If you have an interest in coming to that class, the information and detail can be found on my homepage with the link to sign up. The class is 9 to 4. We go through a lot of information around what you need to build a spiritual foundation. I've had a lot of people express interest in coming, so be sure to get in there and sign up so you can make sure you can reserve your spot. If you do need payment plan or payment options, I'm happy to do that for you. I have no problem accommodating people who need that help. So just do let me know. You can contact me privately at milwaukeemedium@gmail.com. But that would be fantastic. That we have, you know, as many people as we can get in there. Usually we have about 20 to 30 people that come to the class. I do like to keep that in those numbers so that it's very interactive. I like to get people involved, and it's just a really fun day. So if you can come or want more information, please look at my website, milwaukeemedium.com, or reach out to me directly. With that said, let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say this week. Okay, so Nightingale Spirit is our first card. Now remember, the first cards are typically the first part of the week messages, second card midweek, third card end of the week into the weekend. Love is all around. And I love this card. I love all these cards. But the Nightingale Spirit really reminds us as we're known to, well, the Nightingale is known for her song. And so there's a couple meanings here for me around this card. And that is that always to remember that love is all around. And that, it's important that we remember that and try to stay in that vibration and space as often as we can, even when we get a little frustrated, even when things may seem to be going in a direction that we're not quite understanding. Spirit is asking us to always remember that Nightingale song. The other thing that I'm getting is because the Nightingale sings and speaks, and what Spirit is showing me is that what is your song? What are you speaking? Are you speaking from a place of love or fear, anger, jealousy? Are you putting negative energy out there with the conversations that you're having? You know, and not that you're not allowed to get angry and you're not allowed to voice your opinion and vent, because we all, I feel, need to do that. But at the same time, this question is saying, do we come back into that love space? And are we, as often as we can, singing the song of love, respect, kindness, compassion, Are we staying away from judgment, hatred? Though that's what this card for me for this week is asking us to take a look at. Remembering that in order to create a love space, it's important that we do our best to get into that love space energy. So again, what are you doing to raise your vibration? What are you doing to consistently get into a spiritual practice? And again, you know, going back to the spiritual foundation class, that is something that came to me through meditation. My team asked me to do this class for people really trying to get a better understanding of how to become spiritual, or not so much become spiritual, but to like really kind of, you know, hook into what all that looks like, have a better understanding, have tools, right? And have a better understanding of what that means and how that works within your life. So with that said, making sure that love is all around you and you're doing what you can to do that. Whale spirit. I've never had this card come up, so I'm super excited because for those of you who have watched me or have seen me, I vacation as often as possible to go places like, you know, Mexico to see the whales. And February last year, I was able to do that. And I love the ocean. I love dolphins and whales, and I love that ocean vibe. So it's interesting that midweek is whale energy, whale spirit. And the message that the whale brings to us is trust the great mystery. And I love this message because we're focusing on love being all around us. But as we move into the week, we're really being asked to trust the universe. Trust the great mystery that is us, right? We are the universe. We are all pieces of the universe. And the whale spirit asks us to trust that flow. So as a whale, they run in cycles, right? So there are certain times of year they migrate to certain areas so that they can mate, and then they can give birth, and then there are times when they go different places to feed. And so they're very comfortable with how their life moves and cycles. And so I'm feeling like we really need to focus on the cycles and recognize some of those things in our life. And we're trusting the process of all of that. As women, we go through cycles. The moon goes through cycles. There's everything, the weather patterns, everything tends to cycle. So I'm feeling like it's this week we're being asked to really look at the cycles in our life, that we're asked to trust the things and events that are evolving in our life. Sometimes we don't always understand why something is happening. We don't always understand why something's taking too long to happen. And so spirit and that whale energy, I love that, is asking us to trust that, okay? The next card, which is end of week, lizard spirit, dream the world into being. So this is a really nice reminder that we can dream and co-create with the universe to create the space we want to be in by living with the knowing that love is all around. When we're trusting in the energy of cycles and the great mystery that is the universe, that is also us, that we really are taking positive steps towards dreaming the world that into our own reality, manifesting and bringing those things that we want into our life each day. And so again, the spirit says, you know, we can dream it, but we also have to take action in some ways. So when are you guided to take action? When are you guided to take a step back? Just because an opportunity presents itself to you doesn't mean you have to take it. And I have kind of been in that space this weekend. Something came up in front of me to do work as a medium. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. And so, you know, it could be a great opportunity. It might not be in alignment with me, but it's really taking the time to decide what works for you, right? Because when we're taking action, we want to take action for things that serve our highest good. And so, you know, backing out of when we're dreaming things into reality, also using discernment and really good judgment as far as what's in my highest good. Does this feel good to me? That's important too. So the lizard spirit, which is interesting, lizards can definitely blend into their environments when they need to. They're flexible. They know how to survive. They can be quick when they need to. They can see things from different perspectives. So it's, as we want to dream those, you know, I think we all want happiness and joy and abundance and good health and those types of things in our life. And so it's, you know, what are you doing? How are you working within your current environment? What kind of perspective? How are you looking at certain things that are going on in your life? And really also being clear on what you want. I kind of joke that the universe doesn't do wishy-washy. So when you're like, I don't know if I should do this, I don't know if I should do that, you're almost better off to step out of the entire situation and say, I'm just not going to think about this for a little bit till I can get a little bit clear-minded. But it's also being clear about what it is that you want to do. Digging in honestly and asking yourself, what do I really want to do here? Is this situation still worth me spending my time in? Is it not? Is this job working? Is it not? You know, the things that we can apply that kind of thought process into as we move through this life. So I really feel like it's important to be mindful of your thoughts. Be clear on what you want, journal, write things down. This is, you know, really what the direction I want to go. I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't know what exactly that looks like, but I know this is where I want to get. And start, you know, bringing that into your space, bringing that energy into your space. So just beautiful cards this week. I told you I always really love this deck because of the messaging and just the pure beauty and energy from the animals that are behind it, and a couple cards again that I have not had come up in reading, so it's refreshing to see new cards and new messages come in. But again, love is all around, trusting the great mystery, and dream the world into being. And, you know, adjusting and adapting as you need to, making changes where you need to, but again, trusting in what you're doing too. So very good messages. So thanks for tuning in. Appreciate that. Again, you can find me at milwaukeemedium.com. If you have questions on any of the services there, again, feel free to reach out. People are really great about reaching out or sending messages. I typically get back to you within a few hours, depending on what's going on in my life, but typically I can get back pretty quickly. And again, I'm scheduling end of July into August. So check out the classes that I have listed. I have an empath class coming up May 25th. The spiritual foundation class is May 11th. And I, you know, appreciate that people sign up and want to learn more about these types of, you know, concepts and tools and learning, so that, you know, you guys can live a more comfortable and have a different and better understanding of things, which is why I do the work I do, right? So I appreciate your support. Stay tuned to me on Facebook. So much of what I'm doing or events and all that stuff is listed on my Facebook page, Stacie Tatera-Medium Healer Teacher. So be sure and like the page as well. You know, Facebook is, I always kind of say it's good, and it's like, it's God is good and it's God is bad. But as far as business goes, it's quite a nice tool. So at any rate, have a great week. I hope that wherever you are, the sun is shining, you're able to get out into nature, enjoy the energy, enjoy as we move into this new month, and we will talk to you next Monday. Take care. Bye.